Hey, howdy do, creepers. So when you're done here, I want you to head over to the forums at Atari.io or their Facebook page, facebook.com/Atari7800.com. They got weekly chats with giveaways, plenty of resources, trivia and history, and of course all of your Atari needs can be met all in one place. So if you love Atari, or you just want to learn more about Atari, you owe it to yourself to visit. Again, on the web at Atari.io and on Facebook, facebook.com/Atari7800.com. Thanks, everybody. And have you played Atari today? Hey, what's up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep, and I know it's been a long time. And seeing as I haven't really unpacked a lot of my stuff, and I don't know if I have my selfie stick. I know I don't have my tripod. We're going shaky, old school, handheld Atari Creep Gorilla style filmmaking. Is this really filmmaking? I don't know what the fuck you would call it. But hey, what's up, creepers and geekers? And hope everyone's doing well, you know? So I figured, what the hell, you know, I had a few minutes in between, you know, chores I have around this place, and I thought I would post up a video, and I do have some pickups, and I'll explain that in a few minutes, but I'm finally moved, and I know where I'm going to be staying, and I'm going to start getting shit together, you know. I've got to find work, because I'm on the other side of town. I don't have a vehicle, so I had to find something local, and that's what took me so long to find more work, because I had to figure out where I was going to be staying. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys. This is going to be kind of a pickups video / state of the union address kind of deal. And I just wanted to get my face out there again anyway, because I miss you guys. I fucking miss you guys a lot. So let me just jump right into the pickups, and I'll explain, you know, what's going on and all that stuff. Now, mind you, since all this nightmare started at the beginning of the year, and it's ironic that I made a video on goals for the year, and I went completely backwards. You know, I've obviously sold off pretty much everything I had except for a few handful of key things, and that was mainly due to I just needed the cash, and I didn't know where I was going to be, and I'm glad I kind of did, because I don't have room here. I don't have room for any of that shit here, but hopefully that'll change, and things are looking good. And so you know, a few buddies of mine have just hooked me up with things here and there, just saying, hey, I know you're down and out. Here's a few little trinkets. And I've also been able to pick up a few things here and there, dirt cheap, thank God. You know, the bug is always still there, so if I get a chance to go into a thrift store or Goodwill or something like that, I'll go in. If I see something I can get away with buying, I'll do it. Like the NES games you're going to see, I don't think I paid $3 for them. And which was amazing, because you don't see that anymore. The Goodwills around here are starting to go fucking retail, if not worse. And it's really getting aggravating. But enough of that. You guys don't want to look at my face anymore. You want to see what's down on the bed here. So let me go through a few of these things, and then, you know, I'll put my face back in the camera and we'll talk for a few minutes, okay? Okay. Ooh. All right, first of all, let me take these damn sunglasses off. First thing of note, 4-switch Woody. My buddy here, he has a ton of stuff. He's not necessarily a reseller, but what he does, he picks up dirt cheap stuff so he can trade, you know, or whatever. And he asked me to go through a whole bunch of consoles to make sure they work, and if they didn't, to kind of tweak them so they would, clean them up, you know, do my thing, because he knows, one, I enjoy that, and I needed something to do. And this is one of the fallouts, and it worked for like a few minutes, and then the video went out, and then I just couldn't get the power on it. So I think what happened is the voltage regulator fried on it, because it was leaking. So he asked me to build a guitar out of it, and I might do that. I might replace the voltage regulator and give it back to him. Yeah, that was English. I don't know. this thing will have some purpose here pretty soon. But it's pretty cool. I get an Atari console finally again. A buddy of mine got this for me at a local shop. I saw it and I was like, oh man. He's like, is it any good? Port of Donkey Kong? If I remember correctly, the Atari computer version of Donkey Kong had all 4 levels, and for the time that was amazing. So this is, in my opinion, one of the best versions on cartridge. So I'm glad he hooked me up with that. I was able to get this Cosmic Arc. I kind of took it apart, so, you know, because I already did this video once, and pulling this thing apart was a nightmare one-handed, but it's complete. You know, it's got the manual, and of course I can't get the manual off, and the cartridge is in awesome shape. I mean, I'm sure the camera's not going to pick up on that, but yeah, it's in great shape, and happy to have that. Now, Atari cartridges. Most of these were mine to begin with, but then, you know, after he purchased all this stuff, he started regifting doubles and stuff that he had gotten. He likes to collect in box, so as he got things in box, he would, you know, pass it back to me, or, you know, whatever. Except for this game here, Frankenstein. I was looking for this in the wild for the longest time. It's not necessarily a rare game by any means, in any stretch of the imagination, but I've always wanted it. I'm a big fan of Frankenstein to begin with, and this is not a bad game. He got a much better looking copy, and he said, fuck it, I'll just give this one to you. And I was like, cool, thank you. So for other cartridges, let's see, we've got Home Run, Warlords. This is in excellent condition. Jungle Hunt, Space Invaders, Berserk, Krull, Skiing, Centipede. This is one of my originals. Combat, Sword Quest, The Earth World, Ms. Pac-Man, great game. River Raid, that's an awesome game. And Barnstorming. And here's I don't want to call it a mystery cart because I've played it and I can't remember what was on this. It was so long ago. Yeah, that's there for your amusement. Now let's go over here. Now this is kind of funny. I have an Xbox. Well, theoretically, I have an Xbox. And I never really picked up anything for it, and, you know, I kind of stay away from it. I got the Duke controller because I get big fat hands and everything. But I saw this at Goodwill, and it was only a few dollars. It's complete, it's got the map. And everyone told me it was a decent game. I'm a big fan of the movie, so I figured, what the hell, I'll pick it up and play it. Now, I went to play it the other day because I was bored, and I realized I didn't pack my Xbox, Mr. Paco Paco. He's the one who hooked me up with the Xbox. It's gone, so I can't play it. But I'll pick it. Oh, why not? Goodwill has plenty of them all the time. So, yeah, so that's that. Mr. Paco Paco came across a lot of, when I say a lot, I mean like not a lot, of a box full of different random NES stuff. And this controller was in there. I don't know if he had 2 of them or if he just wanted me to have it because he knows I like weird controllers. But you know what? I tried to play Simon's Quest with this thing. What a nightmare. The D-pad works pretty well. But, you know, holding it with 2 hands, you know, first I would hold it like this, and then my other hand would be working the buttons, and, you know, which one's A, which one's B. It's neat. I like weird controllers. That's just going to stay on the shelf. Alright, Nintendo. I don't really do much with Nintendo, but I was able to pick up a few things. This was only $1. It was 99 cents. It's missing the protective deal, and it's missing the battery cover. But it's in great shape, and it works well. 99 cents, you can't beat it. And, you know, you can get this stuff. It's not hard to find these things. But there's a website out there, and I forget the website. A buddy of mine told me about it. You can buy custom cases and custom buttons, and I guess he got... they're not latex. I forget what kind of buttons. He says it makes a world of difference. So I might customize this. You know, pull the guts out and just, you know, make it an Atari Creep Game Boy. So who knows? So this is pretty cool. Even though the games aren't too, you know, I mean, there's nothing mind-blowing here. But I was at Goodwill, and I saw these in the case for like $2.99 each, which is rare because these days Goodwill, they're going retail or worse, at least locally here in Arizona. So I had a few bucks on me I was able to, you know, justify getting rid of. Plus, it made me happy that week, so whatever. So I got Pinball. I'm sure you're familiar with pinball. And Simon's Quest. And the reason I'm really excited about picking these two up is, one, because now I get some NES games to play. But because just as I grabbed these out of the case, a reseller walked in. And I know he would have scooped these up and ripped somebody off. So, and as I was walking away, he gave me this dirty look. I flipped him the finger and was just like, fuck you, I got him. Haha, Simon's Quest. So, that's that. Last but not least is my toaster here. My NES. This is the model 001. It's worth $300 billion. But in all actuality, I was at another Goodwill. And I wasn't even there looking for games, but of course you look. And as I was walking out, they have these little bins that you could just throw things in if you just want to donate and not have to deal with the attendants. And an N64 caught my eye. So there was an N64, PlayStation 2, and everything had cords except for this thing. I dug in that bin. So I didn't know if it worked or not, so I dragged it out. Now this is the weird thing. It was right there by the door and no one was looking. It was late at night, they were about to close. If I wanted to just grab this and like the N64 and stuff and just walk out, nobody would have ever known. But the creep ain't a scumbag. I mean, I am a scumbag, but I'm not that much of a scumbag. So I brought it up to the cashier and was like, hey, look, if you can get your manager to, put a $10 tag on this thing, I'll buy it right now. Who knows if it works, So he brought it to him. The guy agreed. He's like, yeah, put a $9.99 tag on there. We don't pay taxes here in Arizona at thrift stores, at least non-profit ones. So I bought that for $9.99. Got it home. I borrowed some cords from a friend of mine, or power supply, and it works. The 72-pin connector needs a replacement. It's way too loose, but it read the game momentarily, and then the game, wiggled loose out of the connector. So all I got to do is get a $10 pin connector, and I got a good NES to play with. Now, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this thing looks like caca. It looks like 50 years of cigarette smoke. And I'm not picking on smokers, I'm a smoker. So what I plan on doing, you can see I've already started. I got something real special I want to paint on this, and I hope I can pull it off. And I've started, and I've had to erase a few things because I fucked it up. But this is going to become a custom one, and it's going to have something very classic on it. So I can't wait to get that done and reveal it to you guys, and hopefully, you'll like it, and I'll like it, and it'll be on the shelf, and the creep will be happy, and you'll be happy, and everyone will be happy! Because that's what it's all about. Reliving memories, and being happy. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's, for someone who doesn't have a job and hasn't really been out hunting, I would say it's a lot of stuff. Again, nothing mind-blowing, but you know what? I bet you there we go. Let's go this way. That way the sun isn't blinding you through the blinds. And, so yeah. So I've been able to pick up a few things. I mean, I do still have my Wii that's modded with all those different systems built into it. And Mr. Paco was actually able to update it a little bit. And I got a few extra games on it. I've been playing Mega Turkin like a fucking madman. What a great game. I've heard of it and I've seen it, but I never really played it up until recently. And if you can get your hands on the cartridge or download the ROM or however you want to play the game, I suggest doing it. Mega Turkin's a great game. Big learning curve, but it's fun. It really is fun. It's different, too. And that's what I like about it. So, what's going on? I don't know. Lots been going on in the gaming world. Holy shit. At least locally here, Gamester 81 has a convention coming up in Mesa, Arizona called the Game On Convention. And, is it called Game On? I think it's called Game On. I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I'll put like an anecdote or whatever you call it. Anecdote or... I'm not technically savvy, guys. I'll put something in there for you. But, hopefully if I can get my ass there, I'll get some coverage to it. And there should be some internet celebs there, so hopefully I'll get a few interviews or whatever. And if I don't end up going, I don't go. I'll talk to my buddy and I'll tell you his highlights. SNES PlayStation prototype found. I want to see that thing fire up. I don't know if it would actually play the format that PlayStation came out with their discs. I don't know anything about it. I just know I've seen it and it seems pretty legit, and I want the guy to fire it up, and I want to see it in action if it even works. So that's pretty neat. Other than that, I've just been seeing the collecting world's been kind of crazy as far as pricing and everything. And people, people are hating on each other even more, and we got to stop that shit. That's why the Creep's got to come back, because I spew positivity. At least I try to. But as far as what's going on in the Creep's world, God, I gotta change hands here somehow. Hold on. There we go. As far as what's going on in my world, I have moved. Let me show you the new Creep farm. This is everything. That's a wall. And I got my Friday the 13th stuff up. I got my, look at that, old school. This is like back in college and shit. Where's the cinder brick shelves? I got my movies. I got my dad's guitar. I got a busted blind there. Got this really nifty bed to sleep in, so I don't have to sleep on concrete. Not that I was going to. That's pretty cool. I'll bring that out someday and show you that. My tools. I got some clothes and my painting stuff, and yes, I have my caffeine. There's coffee in there, and there's some soda in there. So I'm hooked up. And more boxes to undo and all that stuff. And we're right back to where we started. So, as far as what's going on with the Creep, I just need to get my shit together, and that's all, guys. I don't care about having a bazillion things in order to try to come up with content for videos. I miss doing it. It's fun. I love interacting with you guys as much as I can, and I miss a lot of you. All the guys I've always mentioned, and I'm trying to keep up on your stuff, but it's just hard right now. And I'll be back. I promise. I promise. I promise. That's if you want me back. If you don't want me back, I'm still going to fucking do it. But whatever. But yeah, I'm going to try to get my shit together here. I need to find work now that I know where I'm going to be. If you don't have a vehicle, it's kind of tough finding work, especially if you don't know where you're going to be. But now I know where I am. I know where I can look geographically. And everything's going to be good. Everything's promising. And hopefully I'll be able to get a video out every week or every other week like I had been on Sundays. And we can get this ball rolling again, because I got a lot on my mind I need to talk to you guys about, gaming related. It's just going to take time. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you. There's a good handful of you that's been checking in here and there. And yeah, it hits me here, trying not to choke up here. But it's been tough. But you know what? Life comes with punches and kicks. And what you got to do is you got to, take those Aikido lessons that you took for 8 years. And block them and get the fuck out of the way and run. So, things are always on the up and up, even if they're down and down. So guys, with that, I'm just going to say goodbye. And, post that stupid little, hey, share, subscribe, and all that. And, say hi. I got Facebook. I don't do anything with Twitter anymore, guys. I'm sorry. It's overwhelming to me. But by all means, go to my Twitter page and say hi. My Facebook page. And, of course, I have my Instagram, which I posted yesterday. And that's what prompted this video. But, yeah, that's it. So let me try to get this fucker uploaded. And hopefully I'll see you guys all soon, okay? Take care. And bye-bye.